Alright, hello everyone. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to rotoscope in 2D animation. First of all, what is rotoscoping? Rotoscoping is an animation technique that animators use to trace over motion picture footage, frame by frame, to produce realistic action. Now, this is a very handy tool. A lot of people use rotoscoping and video reference, but video reference is a bit of a different thing. Today we're just going to be talking about rotoscoping, but today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to rotoscope with style. Stylized rotoscoping is what I'd like to call it. Now, what I want to clarify off the board is what we're not going to be doing. Now, this is Finzar, really awesome YouTube channel, so please show him support if you like funny stuff, gaming stuff, and video editing. He's great. But just watch here what he's going to be saying, and I'll tell you why we're not doing this.
In the frame. Then once you're happy with that first frame, you've got to just press spacebar and pray to the gods that After Effects will do the rest well. About 99% of...
So you haven't seen any of the previous context of what he's doing, but in After Effects there is a rotoscope tool that once you select over a space of somewhere in your footage and giving it the information, the computer will start to trace around it like a mask over multiple frames that you give it. Now, this I think is not rotoscoping. I think this is more of like an animated or an assisted masking tool to help you over multiple frames, just like what he showed here, how it's all moving this purple bar, because what he's going to eventually do is delete the background and then move it to somewhere else for like a meme or something like that. So this is what you would use that kind of rotoscoping for. This is some of my old work, right? 3 years ago. Shout out to this guy. And this was 3 years ago. I animated my channel trailer, as you can see there, and I did very literal rotoscoping animation. I animated this all on 2s, which I will go through, which took a long time. I think that day I animated it all in one day and it took like 11 hours. Yeah, it was long, but check this. It's super smooth, it's super weighted, super heavy, and it gets the job done. And I did the exact same style as Jujutsu Kaisen. Blank background, heavily shaded and blocked out color. That's fine. I was just taking inspiration and I'm not claiming it as my own. This is the most recent animation I made. This was a bird flying, and I'm going to show you the entire process on how I did it, and I'm going to show you the reference footage that I had. So here's my reference footage, right? I don't want to draw every single little thing that's going on. Now, I can't go frame by frame on this. I don't know how to, but I'm going... I don't know how to go slower, but there's way more frames that the mouse is not allowing me to like search over this track with. There's a lot more stuff that's happening that I can't be fucked to draw. I'm not drawing it, right? So what I did first is I took that video, plopped it on plot, put it onto the animation software. Now I'm going to go over and draw it. Let's see the first iteration of what I ended up doing. I think this was it. Yeah. So what I'm doing here is I went very much with my breakdowns, or with the keyframes, which were those at the start. But look at the shape. This is just a square with a little round edge, right? I want you to see how easy I'm making these shapes. They're not tricky, right? And I want you to see the big shapes to help you, to help with the animation, because you don't have to draw all the detail at the start. It starts very simple. So start simple. Big shape. What are the big bits? The beak, head, neck, body, tail, and feet. And I'm not going in with every little detail of the toe. I'm not going with every detail of a feather. It's a rectangle with it's pulled out on the sides, you know? That's what the body is. What's the neck? Neck is a rectangle and it kind of droops in the middle, right? What's the head? You get the point. But then after that, now I'm Now I make everything, and you can see here it was super smooth, because what I did was I did my keyframes, I did my breakdowns, and then I very much went into the in-betweening, right? And I went very literal with the in-betweens because I was doing a rotoscope. Identify your keyframe. What are the main poses of this movement that you're doing, right? What is it? What animation are you doing? I did a bird flapping. The most two important bits of that were the up and down bits of the bird, of it flapping. That's what we need to see. That's the most important bit, right? So, number one, identify your keyframes. Make your breakdowns. What's in the middle? What's in the middle of bird flapping? What is it? The middle bit goes down. That's information that we need to know, right? And that's in what? 9 frames or 8 frames. I managed to go up, down, easy, with enough information to know what's happening. So number 2, make your breakdowns, dude. Let's get them down. Make your tweens, make your in-betweens, bro. Let's do it. You've got your keyframes, you've done them, you got your breakdowns. Make your tweens. Now really go at it in the main stage, like this stage like I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, the blocking out stage. Make your in-betweens and make enough. Make more than you think you might need with the rotoscope, right? Make your tweens. Now that's pretty much it. That's how you do it. Wrong. That's wrong. You silly idiot. You thought that was it? Wrong. Step 4, remove the tweens. Now, don't do all of them. Don't be a silly Susan. Don't really remove all of your tweens. You still need them, but remove the ones that are not making any sense. Do you need every single movement to the breakdown pose from your keyframe? No, we know what the action is. We're all smart people, and if you're not smart, I don't know, I can't help you with that, but remove the excess in-betweens, right? I'm going to show you again. Watch here. Look how many excessive keyframes, up, down. Let's review it. Where's your up pose? Up is like here. Come down properly. Look how many individual drawings that is, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 individual drawings of going up to down unnecessarily. Now, I did say earlier, this was what, 8 frames? What, how many drawings? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 drawings. It might only take a few less to make it a bit snappy, to the point. We know what we're looking at, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, and then yeah, so finally, what can rotoscoping be useful for? Rotoscoping, this is just coming up from the top of my head, very helpful for complicated movements, in anything like a dance, a fight scene, complicated camera movements. If you're trying to animate like 3D camera movement in a 2D plane, rotoscoping can help a lot just by blocking things out. Oh, and also in this movie, we find it. Not these dudes. Alright, these fellas. In Brother Bear, in this film, the animators, and I found this all out on Corridor Crew, so if you like the kind of VFX, animation, all that kind of technical jazz, go and support Corridor Crew. We find them for you so you know what you're looking at. These guys. Very cool. And they do some 2D animation stuff and animation stuff in general. Very cool to see and learn. Now, I was watching a video of these guys reviewing an animation stuff, and in the movie Brother Bear, they 3D modeled the antlers of these deers, or what these animals are. I think they're deer or whatever. I don't care. But they 3D modeled the antlers, and they 3D animated on the exact same scene, just the antlers on the moose. I think the moose, maybe, I don't know. But they 3D animated the antlers, and then what they did in the 2D section, because everything you see here before is all 2D, right? That's 2D, right? So what they did for here, they 3D modeled the antlers, 3D modeled that. They make the keyframes of, so they rotoscope the keyframes on the animation above the 3D modeled antlers. This is getting very technical. They animate the breakdowns, and then they do the in-betweens themselves. Now, this creates a result which is heavily stylized because you haven't rotoscoped everything, right? Some of these drawings on the animation of these moose or deer are just hand drawn, just in the middle of between keyframes and breakdowns, which still adds that hand drawn look and makes it look still animated. But look how technical that is. It's great. So that's another thing that rotoscoping can be used for, and just general stylized rotoscoping can be really awesome. But yeah, I really hope that you guys learned something from that. If you want me to cover anything else on this topic or give another tutorial, please just let me know, because I'd be happy to do it, and I hope you learned something. So yeah, thank you very much. Stay tuned for more, because more is coming. And yeah, thank you for all the support. Yeah, appreciate that. Peace.